All the places we have been, barbecue to watching Nickelodeon. So come along for a real life adventure. Celebrate the 80s, 90s pop culture. It's Friday night. It's time to go live with the real life. Friends by our side, have a drink or two. Talk about cartoons. Here's a toast to you, the real life crew. The real life crew. Here's a toast to you.
Great Scott! Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Real Life Perspective Show. And tonight we're firing up the flux capacitor and going back, way back, to celebrate a truly monumental anniversary. It's been 40 years since one of the most iconic, influential, and flat-out fun films of all times have first zoomed into our lives. That's right, we're talking about the timeless classic Back to the Future. Can you believe it's been 4 decades since Marty McFly first met Doc Brown and changed history? It feels like just yesterday we were all wondering if our own future would be involving flying cars and self-lacing shoes. We've got an epic show planned for tonight, guys, so make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and get ready to share your favorite Back to the Future memories with us. Don't be a chicken. And joining us tonight, we've got our good friend Paul, Mr. Northern Prop Collector. How you doing, sir?
I'm all right. You?
Doing excellent, man. I'm so glad to have you here tonight, man. And hopefully we'll get some more guests along the way popping in here soon. So, man, we're gonna be just having a good old time tonight, man. So let's kick things off by talking about just how much of a phenomenon Back to the Future was. So it was released in 1985. It wasn't just a hit, it was a cultural earthquake. It topped the box office for 11 straight weeks, becoming the highest grossing film of the year. Everyone was talking about the DeLorean and the flux capacitors. It blended sci-fi, comedy, adventure, and even a touch of romance so perfectly, it proved that intelligent blockbusters could also be incredibly entertaining and universally loved. And let's talk about the casting. Michael J. Fox as Marty and Christopher Lloyd as Doc Brown. It's one of the most iconic duos in cinema history. Their chemistry was just electric. The script was co-written by Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale, is a masterclass in tight plotting and comedic timing. Every joke lands, every plot point pays off. So, to our viewers out there, let us know, what was your first experience with Back to the Future? And did you see it in theaters? Were you immediately hooked? Let us know in the chat. Paul, what was your first experience with Back to the Future?
I think I rented it early 90s from a local video store around me. Pretty much, I think it was on a Friday night after school, went down the road, rented that and a few others like I normally did on the weekend.
Yeah.
Hooked ever since on that one.
Nice, man. Nice. I'm trying to remember what my first experience, because I definitely didn't see it in the theaters, because we didn't really have a theater near where we lived. Maybe I think we either rented it or my parents recorded it on Betamax. I think my first experience was watching a bootleg when they were recorded it on Betamax when HBO Saturday Night would come on. So I'm pretty sure that was my first experience of watching it, and just loving every minute of it. Not really getting a lot of the adult humor. Man, if it was 1985, let's just say it came out in 1986 on HBO, how old was I in 82, 83, 84, 85, 86? I was 4. I was 4 watching it. So I probably watched it between 4 and 6 years old, maybe for the first time. But yeah, it just never gets old. Like that's
Yeah.
kind of what I remember. And it wasn't until, later on in my maybe teenage years when I would like watch it, it would pop up on like TBS or TNT or something like that, some kind of replay where, you started just watching things on repeat and all that good stuff, that kind of instilled those kind of films into your DNA as we kind of grew up watching them on television like that. So that was kind of my first experience at it there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But let's say hi to some people in the chat. Who's over here? We got Trumpet Master coming in. I thought that was Batista. You ever gotten that you look like Dave Batista?
Oh, I got an Adam Sandler a lot. I don't know.
Oh, Adam Sandler. I can see that too. Yeah, that's cool. November 5th, 1955. Save that answer. It might be in the trivia later, man. You never know. You never know what's going on. Man, so Trumpet says he watched it on VHS when it first came out. Okay. All right. Well, there you go. Well, hey, and make sure, Nightbot's thrown in here. Make sure you follow me over on Twitch where we watch all kinds of fun retro stuff like movies and TV shows and like Monday Night Nitro and all that kind of good stuff. So if you're not following me over at www.twitch.tv, please do at Real Life Perspective. So make sure you do that. You were 8 years old. You were 8 years old, man. That's pretty impressive. So if you were 8 and we're like maybe 4 years apart, that's about right. That's about right.
I wasn't even born yet.
If you got a favorite Simpsons character?
Who, me?
Yeah.
It's always gonna go to Bart.
Gonna go to Bart.
Yeah.
Bart was
Yeah.
Did you ever chew the Bart Simpson bubble gum that came in a tube? Did you ever see that in the 90s?
No, actually, no.
Yeah, it was like a squeeze tube. I'll never forget it. It came out in a squeeze tube thing. And then my brother was really big into Bartman. He had a big thing for Bartman when he came out. Because I don't even know, did Bartman even come out in episodes? I don't even think I ever saw an episode.
Well, I know down here, I'm not sure if you guys had it. We used to have Butterfingers, and it had Bart Simpson on it at a certain point.
Yeah, his iconic "Nobody Better Lay Their Finger on My Butterfinger."
Yeah.
Yeah, he was all over that for sure. Very cool. Let's see, 8 years old, I immediately started building a time machine in my backyard. Says Trumpet. Nice, dude. Very cool. Oh yeah. Smash that like button, everyone, if you're listening in on the replay or if you're watching live. We appreciate that. It really helps the channel. Please and thank you. What's everybody drinking tonight? Let us know in the chat. What you drinking, man, over there, Paul? Powerade?
No, just water tonight.
Just water?
I had a coffee about an hour ago, so I'm up the water now.
That was you're jacked up. You're ready to go, man. I thought about making a cup of coffee just to get the brain going. I'm sipping on one McConaughey's tonight. It's a hazy IPA, and I'm sipping it out of my favorite mug, my Billy Bob Showbiz Pizza Place, which is an 80s pizza joint before it became Chuck E. Cheese, what it is nowadays. So I'm just having one of them tonight. We're going to the zoo tomorrow, so I can't be walking around too crazy.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah,
don't want to be hungover for that one.
That's right. Trumpet says he had an old typewriter I used for the flux capacitor. Nice. Nice. Okay, well, let's get into the really fun stuff, guys. Let's get into our absolute favorite moments of the very first Back to the Future film. Let's see. The quotes were great. Quote from Back to the Future that always makes you smile or gets you hyped. But for me, I remember this was the biggest scene that stood out to me when I was growing up. It was the scene where Marty plays Johnny B. Good at the Enchantment Under the Sea dance. And, it goes a little too rock and roll for the 80s, 50s crowd. And that was just pure gold for me. But that was the biggest one for me growing up for my youngest memory of the movie itself. Now, it wasn't about traveling back in time. It was just about, that scene right there, him rocking out, that kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Well, isn't that scene one of the most controversial ones though, because of the guitar? Talking about the guitar didn't fit the era that the song was played in, or something like that. You ever hear about that one?
I didn't hear about that controversy.
They said the guitar wasn't even made yet, or something like that, in that scene.
Was it really? I've never heard that before. Huh, that's
Yeah.
interesting. I gotta look that up. Here, let's look it up
Yeah.
right now. Guitar from Back to the Future controversy. Here we go. It says the main controversy is that Marty McFly plays a Gibson ES 345 in the 1955 Enchantment Under the Sea dance scene, but this specific model wasn't released until 1959. The guitar itself had several unique features not typically found on stock models, which is part of the intrigue, right? So the actual guitar used in the film is a real instrument that was used to borrow from a Los Angeles shop and is now missing, sparking a large-scale search by Gibson. Okay, all right. No clue there. Never knew that, man.
Yep.
That's cool. Oh yeah. Trumpet says one of his favorite moments is when Doc Brown is hanging from the clock tower. Man, that was the craziest, especially because like he had the plug that was dangling, it was tearing on his pant leg. You remember? It was just like, oh, that was so intense.
Yeah.
And then
I think
okay.
I think my favorite would be when they're in the parking lot, about to go back in time.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one because you got the skeptical teenager like, okay, Doc, whatever. I'm filming he's got the camera and he's just filming around. And then what? I mean, and that was another thing too. Was the greatest quotes in there. He's like, when this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit, man. Says, yeah, the guitar he had hadn't come out yet, but I think Doc Brown had something to do with it. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. We're gonna have to. So, but wasn't the guitarist in the band playing with it, right? The guitarist was playing with Earth Angel, or some of the great the quotes, man. Let's go with some of these quotes here. The cliffhanger quotes. I mean, the ones that tied the first movie and the second movie together. You had it's your kids, Marty. Something's got to be done about your kids. And then the second one, I think he was like, Jennifer, it's your kids, Jennifer. Something's got to be done about your kids, Jennifer. So he brought in the girlfriend on that one. So, here's a big controversy too. Not controversy, but does everybody prefer the original Jennifer or the Jennifer from part 2? Which one's your favorite? Come on, let us know. Who's your favorite? You got a favorite?
I would say part 2 for me.
Elizabeth Shue?
Yeah. That's because I liked her in the Karate Kid in that, right?
Yeah, she was in Karate Kid. What else was she in? She was in a bunch of stuff too. I'm trying to think
of Adventures of Babysitting was one of them.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Adventures of Babysitting. Do you know who directed that? That was Chris Columbus's first directorial debut. Who went on to do? Yeah. He went on to do Home Alone.
He did Home Alone, didn't he?
Yep, 1 and 2.
Yeah,
and then
Alpha Black.
I forget what else he did. He did some good stuff, but one of the most recent movies that he did that is underrated in my opinion. It's a good, just solid movie because it's called Pixels. Have you seen Pixels with Adam Sandler and
of course
those guys? Yeah. So he did that one too, and I didn't know that because I would go back and watch the movie over and over because I really enjoyed that one. I would say, hey, this is a good one. It was just kind of one of those you throw it on if it comes across your channels. I would never turn it. I would just watch the whole movie because it was so fun and 80s video games and all that kind of fun stuff. And then finally I saw the credits and it said Chris Columbus directed this movie, which is pretty dang cool.
No, Pixels, I like that one a lot. I was hoping it would get a sequel, to be honest. But...
yeah, well, where would they go? Where do you think they would go if they did a Pixels sequel?
I'd like to see them go to the planet of the aliens that abducted them.
Yeah. Because they all took the shape and the form of their favorite video
Mhm.
games. So what I wonder what they really looked like. I don't
Like
know.
it would be cool if they had kind of like a gladiator video game thing going on there.
Yeah, a
Fight out
gla-
of an arena.
I could see that. I could kind of see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trumpet's choice is the OG Jennifer. That's his favorite one
OG
there.
one.
Yeah. Yep.
You ever see both of them side by side playing, like the ending of part one and the beginning of part two? Just the differences in the two.
And no, I've never seen them side by side. I bet it's pretty cool though.
No.
Uh,
Yeah.
if you want to chat with
Uh,
Nightbot, type in at Nightbot. Nightbot will, but careful, he's a little frisky. And if you need display boxes, guys, for your trading cards, hobby boxes, graded cards, all that fun stuff, visit titandisplay.com/real10 for get 10% off your purchase. And by using that link there, guys, if you need that, if you're a collector, if you're like I am, I've gotten into a lot of trading cards, as everybody knows. So I'm become an ambassador for these guys. So if you need anything like that, make sure you use that code REAL10 at checkout, and you'll get 10% off of your purchase. How about that? What other quotes, man? What's some more quotes you got that stand out to
that
you?
I couldn't say. I can't
Uh,
say off the top of my head.
So, where we're going, we don't need roads. It's a classic one. And then George McFly. If you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything. That was always good because he said that in the past in the original, timeline, and then he said it again once he changed the timeline and he was
Mhm.
successful when he wrote his own book and everything. So that was really cool. And then, hello, anybody home? Anybody
Yeah.
home? Think, McFly, think. Very cool. All right, chat. Let us know what are some of your favorite quotes from the movie. And then, but here's the thing, too, guys. Back to the Future didn't stop at just one film. It launched a massively successful trilogy that continued to push boundaries and captured imaginations. Part two famously gave us a vision of 2015 with hoverboards and self-lacing shoes and flying cars. While some predictions were spot on, others, well, we're still waiting for those. But that's part of the fun, isn't it? Seeing how close and how far of the predictions we were. And part three took us to the Wild West. How fun was that? Showing the versatility of the characters and the DeLorean. The entire trilogy stands as a testament to consistent quality in filmmaking. Each film has its own distinct flavor, but stays true to the core spirit. So, which sequel do you think holds up the best, and which one is your personal favorite?
Mm, I prefer part two. Two
Part
over
two?
three all day. Yeah, of course. I just like the storyline of it better. I
Yeah,
prefer the futuristic of it than going Wild West on that one.
yeah.
I obviously like part three, but if I had to choose between two, it'd be part two.
What specifically more about part two did you really enjoy more?
Just the storyline in general of it, to be honest. Part three was good. Like it had its moments in that, but compared to part two, I just preferred even aesthetically, like the whole future of it, right? And then being able to compare that because that was obviously live in 2015. So
Right. Isn't that funny? Yeah, we'll talk about that here in a little bit. What the predictions, how close they were. But I think I agree with you. I think part two is my favorite, just because they had not only from the perspective it was the future and you got all that fun technology and things like that, but that was also, I think, the first time when Pizza Hut and started doing promos for them. You remember the futuristic? They gave out futuristic glasses you could purchase for an extra. With any purchase of your pizza, you could buy for an additional $2 or something like that a pair of futuristic glasses there. So that was one of the reasons why that one stood out the most to me. Between that and Trumpet and I, we just dropped our Saved by the Brew episode 2 today, this morning at 8 a.m. If you haven't checked it out, and we did talk about our favorite, we talked about Patrick Swayze, we talked about VCRs, and we talked about Pizza Hut, 80s Pizza Huts. So, yeah, so that was one of my favorite because that was when Pizza Hut started doing the promos for that. So I'd say Back to the Future 2. But what's fun about all three of the movies is when you're watching each one of them individually, it's your favorite while you're watching it. You know, all three of them are fantastic. And I, if I had to pinpoint, one of them, obviously two, but while I was watching one, oh, this is clearly my favorite. When I'm watching two, oh, I love this one the best, but even three was really cool because, like they talked about, you had the predicament of no electricity and how are you going to get, the DeLorean up to 88 miles an hour, and then how they wound up turning the train into a DeLorean. Hey, what's up, Matt? You always like part 3. Yeah. There you go, man. Very cool. Part 3 is excellent. That's a good choice. Welcome to the show, my friend. And then we got, very true statement. Thank you. Thank you for that. Matt, you haven't been on here in a while, so I think we got to give you the salute.
Shut your hole!
The wet lizard. Got to give you the wet lizard, man. Everybody loves the wet lizard. Okay. All righty. Well, I don't know where our friend went. Maybe something happened, but let's see. What else we're going to do here? Are you guys ready for some trivia? You guys ready for trivia already? Man, it's already 8 o'clock. We're already 30 minutes into it. Let's take a look. Well, I missed the comment here. Part 2 is your favorite trumpet? Yep. Part 2 is great. What specifically about part 2? And Matt, what specifically about part 3 did you guys enjoy the most about it? That's what I want to know. What was it about? Was it about the futuristic stuff, like flying cars, or Biff's version of the past with his mom? Yeah, usually not able to log in during the Friday night streams, but yeah, man. Yeah, I'm glad you did, dude. Appreciate it. Thanks for being here. But yeah, let us know what's part of your favorite. You like the shoes? Oh, speaking of shoes, when we do the show and tell here in a minute, I'll show you some shoes. I'll show you some shoes that we got. Yeah, the shoes are pretty awesome. And then I always wanted a self-drying jacket. If you ever got wet or something, I think the jacket was pretty cool. I thought that was pretty neat. I really enjoyed that. And I really liked how they ended up in the first movie. Yes, that was so cool. The way that they, right at the end where he's got the music playing, and he's running through the fire streaks of the car. He just sent him off. And then here comes Marty back from the future, flying back, running back down the street from the 1955. That was good. That was good stuff. That was excellent. That was a really good ending. The whole train sequence just was kind of brilliant, especially the fireball in the NED. Nice, man, in the end. Very cool. Yeah, it was really cool. I like it. Let's do some trivia, fellas. Let's do some trivia. Oh, yeah, I got this. All right, guys. Trivia question number 1. What year does Marty McFly originally travel to in the first Back to the Future? Leave your answer in the comments. November 5th, 1955. That is correct, Mr. Matt. Good job. Hey, guys, if you want to promote, your own YouTube channel, type the word REEL, REEL, in the chat, and your YouTube link will pop up for everybody to click on and go check it out and go follow. So please do. Let's grow the community. There you go. Just like that, Matt. All right. Trivia question number 2. Oh, this is a tough one. Well, maybe not that hard. What was the name of the high school Marty attends? How's the weather in your area? Type exclamation point weather space in your zip code. Nightbot wants to know. See if I can get it to work. Nightbot weather. Second question, guys, was what is the name of the high school Marty attends? There you go, Matt. Hill Valley High School. 2 for 2, buddy. All right. Coming in hot with my weather. For Austin, Texas, conditions are fair with a temperature of 68 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind is blowing from the west at 2 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 81%. I am glad I'm indoors. That's all I'm going to say. All right, here's a tough one. Which song is playing as Marty enters the Cafe 80s in part 2? Which song is playing as Marty enters the Cafe 80s in part 2? Man, look at you. Beat It is correct by Michael Jackson. Very good. What's up, Paul?
I'm back.
Hey, buddy. You driving and live streaming with this dude?
No, I decided to come outside for a little smoke break.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
I lost signal for a few minutes, so I'm like, all right, I'll come up.
Just chilling.
Yep.
Come on, son. Okay. He wants some hard stuff. Let's see. In part 2, when Marty and Doc go forward to the year 2015, Marty enters the Cafe 80s to try to change the course of time. That was the description there for the last question. At the very beginning, here you go. At the very beginning of the trilogy, what time did Marty leave Doc's laboratory? At the very beginning, the very first movie. Because remember, he goes in and he plays a guitar and he like blows out the speaker and he flies.
Yeah, I know the exact scene, but I couldn't even picture what time it was.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I watched all 3. I need to rewatch.
Oh yeah, it's a good watch, man.
Yeah, I've been watching like a lot of Christmas movies lately. I'm just trying to get them that fun.
I try to wait till closer to when December hits to start doing Christmas movies because I'll run out too fast of my favorites.
Well, I don't know if you notice all the props I've been getting lately are all Christmas themed. Mostly,
Yeah.
right? So it's been,
I have been noticing you've been getting a lot of Grinch and Whoville stuff. It's very cool, man. Very cool. Matt says 825 and 825 is correct, dude. Very nice. Very good job. Here you go. What street is a block past Maple in 1985? That's a tough one right there. That one I didn't even know. That one I didn't know.
ChatGPT will know.
Yeah, will. Sure will. A lot of stuff. ChatGPT knows a lot of stuff.
I've had to correct it before though. I've honestly
You told me that. Yeah.
It was kind of funny, but yeah.
Yeah. If you know the street, let us know. Here you go. Yeah, it's a tough one. Got to play the movie in my head. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's. I'll just go ahead and tell you, John F. Kennedy Drive. I don't know how anybody would get that one. Here's another one. What song did Marty and his band play for the dance auditions?
Wasn't that your favorite scene?
No, my favorite scene was the Johnny Be Good when he goes back in time. This is at the
Oh,
beginning when he does the
yeah.
audition.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He goes back in audition. And a famous celebrity was one of the judges. I'm afraid you're just too darn loud. I've got a buddy who does these live streams like every Monday, and he just does them by himself. And so he'll sit there and he'll let the chat talk, and he'll just sit there sometimes for just 2 minutes in silence and just read the comments. And I'm not used to just being quiet. I always want a dead air. I never want dead air. It's something I got to try to get more comfortable with, because I want to keep yapping away, because you got to there's like a 10-second lag between what we're saying now and what the audience is seeing. And you got to give them some time to catch up with the.
Well, normally I'm more talkative, but you chose the one movie that I don't have any props from.
Don't worry. Hey, man, December 5th is coming up. We're going to be doing the 30th anniversary of Toy Story. So don't want to miss that one. Yeah, I know you know a little bit about Toy Story, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're coming out with a new one, aren't they? But
They are. And you know what? It's kind of an interesting take. I mean, I don't agree. Like, I heard two different things. One thing I agree with, one thing I don't. One thing they said was that they're going to focus on that kids don't play with toys anymore. Everybody's on iPads and, electronics and stuff like that, which I think is a great writing, topic or whatever. But the other thing they said, it's not going to focus on Buddy and Woods. They're going to, Buddy and I want to say Buddy and Woods.
Buzz and Woody.
Woody and Buzz. It's going to focus on Jesse. It's going to focus on Jesse. Yeah, that's what I read somewhere, and I'm like, typical Disney. Typical Disney. He's got to make it everything about the women. That's just what they've been doing lately. They've been on like a big, I don't know. They've just been on this big kick where everything has to be, everything about women.
Well, it kind of sucks too, because when you actually think about it, all the movies from Disney pumping out are all geared towards females, like little girls, right?
Nowadays they are, yeah.
Yeah, so all the movies like Cars and all that, they're not doing newer ones, at least as far as I know.
Yeah. So we'll see how it turns out. It may be okay. They may, I don't know. That might have just been a rumor, the whole Jesse thing, but I wouldn't surprise me with the way Disney has been, throwing stuff out there lately. But what song, guys, did Marty and his band play for the dance auditions? Was Power of Love by Huey Lewis and the News. So yeah, Huey Lewis was the celebrity for sure. He was the guy who says, "I'm afraid you're just too darn loud." Oh, this is what is this? At the beginning of the first movie, you see Lorraine drinking liquor. Oh, what kind is she drinking? Okay, there you go.
I'm gonna say vodka.
You're gonna say vodka? Vodka's right. That's good. Yeah. It says you see Lorraine refill her cup on the bar during breakfast. During breakfast? What? I don't remember that being during breakfast.
You don't remember? I think they were drinking orange juice or something. She had
I guess I don't even remember a breakfast scene. I just remember a dinner scene where they're all. She's like, she throws a cake down because Uncle Joey didn't make parole for prison. And then I don't remember a breakfast scene though. Like, I don't know. I guess I missed that one. I have to go back and rewatch that. That's a good detail though. Yeah. Let's see. What are the names of Lorraine's parents? Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
not gonna.
yeah. It says that she yells to his wife after hitting Marty with the car. Okay, and then yep. Stop fiddling with that thing when he's messing with the TV or when they're trying to have dinner. They say their names. If you know the answer, leave it in the comments there. And yeah, please smash that like button and hit that thumbs up for us while you're here hanging out with us. It really helps the channel. We appreciate it. The answer is Sam and Stella. It says that she's as soon as Sam hits Marty with the car, that she yells for the father, and she says Sam, and then wife to Stella after hitting him, and then Stella after Stella told Sam to stop fiddling with that thing while they're trying to have dinner. Trying to recall the car scene. Yeah, Herb, good guess. That sounds like a 50s name. That's except. Here's an easy one. What phrase does the Doc repeat throughout the entire trilogy? There you go. That's an easy one.
What was the question again?
What phrase does the Doc repeat throughout the trilogy? What's one of his most famous phrases that he always says?
Well, I'm gonna see if anyone out here could say it, because
Yeah. Somebody's got it. Come on, Matt. You know this one. Everybody else out there lurking. We got 4 people watching, man. Let us know, dude. Come on. Great Scott. That is correct. That's the most famous one. At the beginning of Back to the Future Part 1, how many minutes slow is Doc's clock?
I forget, but I want to say 3.
That's not correct. That's not correct, buddy. But it's a good guess. Guess. Oh, this next one's a good one. 10 minutes, says Matt. That's incorrect too. Since there's no more guesses, it's actually 25 minutes. 25 minutes slower. All right, here you go. From whom did Doc obtain the plutonium he needed to use the time machine? That's a good one. I like that one.
Who did he obtain it from?
Mm-hmm. People that came after him in the little van, how Marty escaped. And then he got shut up. Oh my God, they found me. I don't know how, but they found me. Run for it, Marty.
I know exactly what scene. I'm just trying to remember.
Yeah, he's like, who? The Libyans. The Libyans. Yeah, he says, oh, that's right, because he thought it was 8 a.m. when really he goes, wait, Doc, are you telling me that it's actually 8:25? Yeah, I'm late for school. Power of love. And he starts sketching on the thing. What's up, Angelos? What's going on, man? Welcome. Come on in. We're doing some Back to the Future trivia, dude. Let's what does Doc call his dog in 1955? Oof.
Man, I really need to watch this movie again.
I know. It's tough for you, but that's okay. We can let the audience, the chat take them. Matt, check out the brain on Matt. Copernicus is correct. Good job, Matt. I love it, dude. I love it. Great Scott. Did I miss anything? Yeah, man, we're doing some trivia. And then we're just kind of giving some factoids about the movie. And we kind of went on a couple of extra little conversations there. But now let's talk about future versus reality, the prediction game. All right. We're talking about we're going to have you guys guess if it came true, partially true, or completely false by 2015. or even now in 2025. You know, yeah. Einstein was that the same dog or was that a different dog? I don't even remember. Because he had Einstein in 1985, the dog that rode in the DeLorean who time traveled. But I don't remember if it was him. No, because he would have been a puppy, right? He would have been a puppy back in 1955. What is that? A 20-year, 30-year difference?
Yeah.
All right, you guys got to tell us if it's true, partially true, or completely false. All right, let's let the chat take over. Hoverboards. Matt says dogs don't live 30 years. I guess that's true. I guess that's a good point. That's a good point. So it must have been a different dog.
No, I've seen a dog live past 30 before. I think the oldest dog I ever recorded was like 33 or something.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, let's Google that. Let's debunk. Let's debunk Matt. What's the oldest dog ever lived? Here you go. Well, no. According to this, it says the oldest dog on record was Bluey, an Australian cattle dog who lived for 29 years and 5 months from 1910 to 1939. However, a Portuguese dog named Bobby was later certified as the oldest dog ever lived at the age of 31 years old. Yeah, but this title was later removed due to the lack of sufficient evidence and ongoing investigation. So maybe.
Yeah.
We'll go with maybe on that one. Let's see. Matt saying that hoverboards are partially true. And Angelos is saying partially true. Yep. He says maybe in the movies they're over 30, you know. I thought it was Mickey Mouse dog Pluto was the oldest dog. Oh, that's a good twist there. That's a good twist, Angelos. I like it. You know who is the oldest living dog? Probably Pluto, right? I wonder when yeah, that's good. Fictional dog. The longest fictional dog. Partially true is correct, guys. You guys are nailing it. Because there's been some prototypes, actual like lifting hover. Because you know you got the ones on the wheels, but are they really hovering hoverboards? You know.
Well, they got the water ones too.
That's true. Yep, they got the water ones. Yep. Very good. Okay, next one, guys, is self-lacing shoes. Is it true, partially true, or false? What's the weather like up there, man? Is it pretty chill?
Yeah, it's been getting better though, but like about a week ago we had full on snow.
Oh.
It's getting that time of year now.
Yeah, not down here yet, man. It's sick. You know, we saw the weather here. It's what did I say? 68 degrees. It was really humid today at work, so I was, yeah. Matt says true, and Angelo says false. We got both, man.
That's true.
It's chilly up here in North Jersey. I bet, dude. Self-lacing shoes, guys, is actually partially true because partially true because Nike released, but I don't think they released them to the public, right? They just released them the self-lacing ones because I remember seeing a video of Michael J. Fox. They gave some. Did you ever see that video?
Yeah.
So they Nike. It says Nike released some, but I don't know if they were like.
No, as far as I know, they were actually released it, but there's, I think, limited up to like 1,000 or 300. They're expensive though, because I like them.
Yeah, well, this is, you know, it could be wrong. It could be one of those Chat GPT things where partially true. I mean, I guess because I've never really seen a lot of them on the market. I just seen that one video of them giving a pair to Michael J. Fox, you know, whenever he put him in, you know, maybe that's why it said partially true because you don't really see.
It's not. I wouldn't say it's laces though. It's more of a strap style, and you push a button.
Okay. There you go. So partially true. There you go. Man, how cool would that be, though? I mean, I would love to have some lace-up shoes. It'd be really cool. Okay, how about okay, let's see. Oh, we already talked about that. Be right back, says Matt. Smash that like button, everybody, while you're here. Hit that thumbs up for us. Really helps the channel. Please and thank you. And then we've got flying cars. That's the next one. Flying cars. Is it true, partially true, or completely false? And depending on what side of the pond you're on.
Partially. I'm gonna say partially.
He's saying partially. Paul is saying partially. Anybody else? This next one's great. Nobody else in chat. Come on. We got 5 people out there watching. Let us know if you guys think it's true, partially true, or completely false. Let us know, man. Come on. Quit hiding. Quit hiding. Troy saying, Troy 8302 says, does the Dukes of Hazzard jump scene count? It could. That's a good. That's good, Troy. That's good, Troy. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no, but it should. It should count. All right. And what did you say, Paul?
I said partially.
Partially. It's actually false because there's no widespread use, right?
No.
You know, so it's false technically.
No, but they did make a prototype. I remember 10 years ago. I don't know if you remember this, and there was a car basically had fold-out wings, and then it would turn into a plane. It landed, start driving again.
I don't think I saw that, but I have seen like little bitty mini planes that they're putting out there now that you can buy for like I think $30,000. And but I don't know where the heck you would, be able to fly that thing as far as just like, I want to get across town, but then where are you going to land it? Where are you going to land it if you live in the city,
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Here's a funny one, guys. Jaws 19. Jaws 19. Is that true? Did that really happen? Is it partially true? Or is it completely false? Jaws 19. Remember the big shark, the hologram from the movie that came out and almost got him? Shark still looks fake.
I'm going to say false on that.
Okay, Paul's saying false. Very good.
If it's true, though, I wonder how many concepts they would have came up between that.
How many what?
How many different concepts, like different storylines they would have had to come up to get to 19?
That is a good point. Well, they kind of made the Megs. Did you see the Megs? I thought part 2 was way better than the first one. The first one was all right, but I thought part 2 was way more action-packed.
I don't know. If I was going to go down to shark movies, Deep Blue Sea was my favorite.
Deep Blue Sea was an excellent movie because it kept the reality of nobody was safe. Even your favorite characters that you think were going to make it to the end, some of the main characters, you're like, nope,
Yeah.
just kidding. Yeah, Deep Blue Sea was awesome. But we've been watching Jaws like crazy, man, around here, especially like during October.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my kids love that. The favorite scene, believe it or not, is when they're drinking in the cabin at night, and they start telling the stories, but then they start singing. And he's like, what's the song they're singing? Show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I want to go to bed.
Dreyfuss was actually supposed to be at the convention I was at, but he didn't show up.
Who was?
Richard Dreyfuss.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
He's been doing a lot of no-shows lately, from my understanding.
I wonder what his deal is. Like, I think I saw that he was ill or something. Like
I know he had health problems and that, but if that's going to be the case, stop booking conventions and that. take care of yourself first.
Yeah, because especially for the people that buy, that purchase in advance, the photo ops for you and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and then because a lot of the times they won't refund you, they just say no, you can just credit it to something else,
Yeah.
which is like, well, the whole point of the con was to go meet that one person, I
Well,
think.
the issue is he didn't even let anyone know that Khan found out, like, the night up that he wasn't coming in.
Yeah, that's not cool. I wonder if he's just he doesn't even have like people helping him like booking agents. He just does it on his own just to save money or whatever, and just
No,
like,
I could see that. Every one of them has an agent. You'd be surprised.
yeah. Well, Troy V says, Troy V 8302. Hey, thanks for being here. You know what, Troy V? I think this is your first time to the show. Unless this is the old school Troy V and you got a new YouTube channel that I haven't seen a Troy V in a while. But since this is your first time, we always give you the salute. Every newcomer to the show gets the salute.
Shut your hole!
Everybody gets the wet lizard salute. I remember Troy V. Is that your? I don't know if that's the old school Troy V that used to come on, or if you got a new account, or what's one of your favorite video games? Chat, let us know. One of your favorite video games. But Jaws 19 was completely false. That never happened. Here's a good one: video conferencing. Because remember, okay, yeah. Troy V, I remember you, man. I guess you got a new account or something, man. Because I don't recognize the name. But anyways, welcome back, dude. Yeah, I remember you, dude. Thanks for coming back. Appreciate you stopping by. Video conferencing, is that true, partially true, or false? You remember the scene where he's talking to, I think it was Flea. Remember Flea from I forget the name of his character.
We're doing it right now.
We're doing it right now. So is it true? Is it true?
Is this real?
Is this real life? Is this real life? Oh gosh, you gotta love the internet, man. All the stuff that people come up with nowadays, and it's funny. Half the stuff I want to send to people, but I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to send it to them because you just never know what people are gonna think about stuff like that. Yeah, it's YouTube. They changed the way names are presented. Okay, right on. Well, you changed your profile picture. I know that because I remember I used to see a picture of your face, of your purty face on there. There you go. Yeah, Trumpet. There you go. True is correct, guys. True is correct. We do have video conferencing. Let's see. Is there anything else that's futuristic that was in 2015? The movie that they predicted. I can't think of anything else.
No, one thing I wish they predicted was remember the food in the instant like McDonald's and all that.
Oh yeah, the Pizza Hut.
Yeah,
Where she puts the pizza in the oven and like that,
Yeah.
it's a full pizza. That was awesome. That was the coolest.
that'll be wicked storage in your freezer because it's like tiny as hell, right?
Oh, that's a good point, man. Can you imagine how much more how much room we'd have in our
Yep.
Dude, that's awesome. Did you ever see that Matt Damon movie called Downsizing? Did you ever see that?
Yeah. I actually like that movie. I enjoyed it.
It was interesting. It was a very interesting movie. Because it was it was just different, It was original. It was really cool movie. Troy V says the Cubs win the World Series against Miami. Yep. That did happen, didn't it? That was true, right? Didn't the Cubs win not too long ago? They sure did. Isn't it crazy that we've surpassed 2015 and that movie? And golly, that's just
Well, I
wild.
remember in 2015, like Back to the Future was on the news and everything because they were saying this is the year they predicted, right?
Yep, it sure was. Absolutely.
I think they did a trivia back then, even 2 stations.
Perfect, man. Okay, well, that's all the trivia I got. What else do I got here for us? Yeah, they beat Cleveland in 2016. There you go. There you
Well,
go.
why don't we break down Michael J. Fox and their best films?
Sure. Michael J. Fox, man. Oh, Christopher Lloyd had a ton of them too, man. Okay, let's start with Chris. Well, okay, let's do Michael J. Fox. Let's do Michael J. Fox. You name a movie, I'll name a movie.
Okay, Frighteners.
Frighteners is awesome. You know what? I
Yeah.
still got a sealed box of trading cards packs in there. I still need. You know what? I should have brought them out for this thing, man.
But not only that, it had a lot of good cameos in that movie.
Lot of good cameos. A lot
Yeah,
of people.
Who was the old guy? The judge was from Addams Family. What was his name?
That's right. That's who it was. Yeah, the original Gomez Addams.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was good. And then the sergeant from Full Metal Jacket, and also the Sarge from the Toy Story. The little toy soldiers. Man, a lot of good people in there. And then the guy from, it's funny. You're too young to remember this, but the two buddies. There was the black guy and the white guy. Ghosts guys.
Yeah.
Well, one of the guys, I recognized him from like Gone in 60 Seconds. That's why I recognize the black guy from. But the other guy, I bet you never heard of him for anything, have you?
No, because he's as far as I know, he's a teacher, professor now or something. He got out of acting.
Yes, he got rid of acting, but in the 80s, he had a show on HBO. It was called Buy Me That. Buy Me That and Buy Me That Too. He had 2 seasons where he took. Yeah, it was so good. I posted like a 6-minute clip of the show on my TikTok. You got to scroll through so much, so many posts to find it. But yeah, go look up Buy Me That. It's really cool, man, because he took. Because how many times when you were growing up, and chat, you guys can attest to this. How many times growing up in the 80s did you see a commercial and they made it look so cool, and then you beg your parents to go get it, or you work your butt off to get the allowance to go buy it, and then you finally go buy it, and what happens? It's a hunk of junk. You get it home and you play with it, and it's nothing like they said it would be, right? So yeah. That's what Buy Me That is. It takes you through all these different toys, and they say, all right, this one says it'll do this and do this. Well, let's go take it to the streets. And then they let a bunch of kids play with it, and they get all this footage of them. There was like one toy that was supposed to float on the water. It was like a race car, but it like raced across the water. And half the time, as soon as they would put it in, it would go like 2 feet and then it would sink. So it was a really cool show to teach you that about the tricks of advertising, and how to.
So it's like a old school review show, basically.
Yeah, kind of. But it was just I don't remember. It was just kind of there to teach you and teach kids that nothing is always what it seems. Like, and they even did food commercials too. How they showed you how they make the perfect hamburgers on like McDonald's and Wendy's and all that stuff. Yeah. How they use glue. They use like glue and stuff to like hold it all together, and it's not even it's not even edible.
Like shaving cream instead of whipped cream and all that. Yeah.
Definitely, exactly. And cereal was the same way too. They used a lot of Elmer's glue to that stuff in the bowl isn't milk. It's it's glue. So it was a really fun show. But that guy, he was the guy who hosted it. And then, like you said, nowadays he's kind of a professor and teaches. What does he teach? He teaches filmography and stuff like that, doesn't he? Or acting?
I'm not sure. As far as I know, he just got into acting and.
Yeah, he teaches something. I think he teaches like acting or something to do with video production or something like that.
Yeah.
I forget what it is. But yeah, Frighteners is an awesome movie. Frighteners is great. Did you ever see a movie in the 90s called Life with Mikey?
Yeah. That's he was working in a hotel, wasn't he? In that one?
No, Life with Mikey. He was a talent scout. And he was a childhood actor, and he had one commercial that he was famous for. Mikey likes it. He really likes it. And he wound up finding this girl who has a lot of talent, and she winds up being more trouble than than she's good for or whatever. But I mean, I think she was homeless or something. I think if I remember correctly, she was like homeless. It was just a fun, good movie. The same girl who played that, she got her start there. Did you ever see Disney's Brink? The skating movie. Man, talk about iconic teenager wholesome movies on the Disney Channel. Brink was one of them. the girl in that show,
Mhm.
the main chick,
Yeah.
his best friend or whatever, she was the girl from Life with Mikey.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, it's a good movie. You should look it up. It's a
Yeah,
good classic. What else you got
yeah,
from Michael
definitely.
J. Fox?
Doc Hollywood.
Doc Hollywood was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, the scene that stands out the most whenever he was about to operate on the kid because he thought his intestines or something was about to explode, his appendix was about to explode, and then
Yeah.
the old man finally comes in. And he's like, "You're about to operate on a kid for diarrhea," you know. Fun fact: do you know who the old man doctor was?
No. No, I can't picture it now.
He was the grandpa in the Lost Boys.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah.
One
Okay.
thing I always hated about Santa Carla, all the damn vampires.
Wasn't the judge in that movie also, or no, I'm thinking of a different movie. The judge in that movie, wasn't the judge someone in that?
In Lost Boys?
No, in Doc Hollywood, the one that sentenced him to be.
Maybe. I don't remember. I don't remember Doc Hollywood too much other than
Yeah.
that scene and then the scene with the lake. Rawr.
Yeah.
I think every young teenager boys remembers that scene from the lake.
Yeah.
Because that was the same chick from Tommy Boy. That was Tommy Boy's
Yeah.
love interest. Yeah. That was a fun movie. Doc Hollywood was good from what I remember about it. So you said Doc Hollywood. What was another good Michael J. Fox movie? Oh, there you go. Matt knows. Let's see.
I got one. You can't think of one.
No, that one was for Love or Money about the hotel. I don't think I ever saw that one. I never saw that movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I knew there was one with him in a hotel.
Greedy was a great movie too. Greedy. I didn't see that. You know what? I'm just gonna have to Google Michael J. Fox movies and like unlock my memories real quick.
Well,
Michael
one
J.
movie you can't forget is Secret of My Success.
I never saw it.
You've never seen that movie?
Never saw it.
That is a hands down classic. So, do you know what it's about?
No.
So basically, he comes, I think it was Kansas, like he's a small farm boy, and he wanted to go live in the city and make it on his own, like become someone, right?
Uh
So he ends up finding out his uncle's like head up in a company and that, but it turns out his uncle's like a dick.
huh.
So yeah, he ends up getting a job in the mailroom. He thought he was gonna get a big job somewhere, but he gets in the mailroom, and then he starts putting on like a suit and that, and going upstairs and pretending he's like one of the big honchos, and they actually believe it because he hides from his uncle in the company the whole time. Like it's actually a really good movie, and he makes his way up through the company like that, even though he's just mail boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I gotta check that one out.
Yeah.
Troy V says The Hard Way was a good movie. What was The Hard Way about? I missed that one too. There's so many. That's why I saved Christopher Lloyd for last because I know many more Christopher Lloyd movies than I do Michael J. Fox movies. I mean, my favorite, I think besides Back to the Future, I think Homeward Bound: The Incredible Journey was one of my favorite kid movies of all time.
Kid movie is Atlantis for me.
Okay. I think we might have watched Atlantis at school growing up, but I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, he's done so much stuff, dude.
Well, there was one movie he did, and I liked it, but it was more like a cameo. It was him. Amy Jo Johnson was in it as well.
Oh, nice.
What was it called? Interstate something or Route something. The movie is called.
Oh, did that have Gary Oldman in it?
Yeah.
What,
And you
what about
remember
him?
Michael J. Fox ends up getting killed in it because he's like, "Oh, I wish this didn't happen right now." And he gets
Okay.
run over by a garbage truck because Gary Oldman kind of like cursed him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just seen clips of that movie. I've heard of it.
Yeah. It's actually a really good movie too. Watch that one if you haven't seen it.
I've never seen a Gary Oldman movie I didn't like.
Did you ever see Big Fish? Do you remember that movie?
Yes, yeah, it's a great
So,
movie.
so think of that, but a more comedy, but that kind of storytelling vibe to it. If you know
Okay,
what I mean.
okay. I'm trying to think who was. Oh, dude, how do we miss Teen Wolf,
Oh,
bro?
yeah.
Good point. Good call, Matt. Man, dude, Teen Wolf was freaking awesome. I used to love Teen Wolf, and even as a young, it was in the '80s, so I was really young when I watched it, and I remember watching some of those scenes I shouldn't have been watching, that stood out to me as a kiddo.
Well, that was gonna be its own because wasn't Teen Witch technically a spin-off of it back in the day? Because he even
No,
had the same. Yeah, if you look at the it has the same writing as Teen Wolf. Even if you look at the Teen Witch VHS and then look at the Teen Wolf, same writing.
okay, same
Yeah, so
font.
yeah, there was something about it. They were supposed to. I think it was gonna be a spin-off or something like that.
Huh. Let's see. Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Teen Wolf. Let's see if they'll pull it up. There's no images of both of them together. I guess.
Like
Yeah,
there
I
was
love.
something going.
Go ahead.
If
Go
you
ahead.
put
Sorry.
in ChatGPT, see if there was something that was supposed to be a spin-off or something.
Let's see. Are they connected? It says. Well, it just says they're similar. It says that both Teen Witch and Teen Wolf involve high school misfits who gain supernatural powers to use them to change their social standing. So there you go. There you go.
No, but
That's the
as
only thing I can
far as
find on it.
yeah, I could have sworn there was even a documentary where they talked about it that they were gonna do a spin-off with it. And that's
Yeah.
Mhm.
But dude, Teen Witch was awesome, man. I loved watching. That was one of the ones you didn't tell your friends at school that you were watching, but I remember
Mhm.
watching it like crazy. And that whole everybody, and you still see it. Somebody just recently redid it.
Yeah.
The top that,
Well,
I
even
forget who. Oh, it was her. It was the Teen Witch girl, the same
yeah.
actress. She did
Well,
it,
she was
and
in Karate Kid as well, wasn't she? She was
yeah,
Karate Kid
think
3,
part
I think it
3.
was.
Yeah, she was
Yeah,
in
yeah,
part 3, and she made a cameo
yeah,
in Cobra
and
Kai.
yeah, yeah.
All right, give us a thumbs up down there if you're ready. We got a guest in the basement. All right, we got 2 guests in the basement. All right, here we go. Let's see who's knocking.
Who's there?
You should never say who's there. Don't you watch scary movies?
We've got Broken
What's
Arcade.
up?
What's going on, my friends?
Greetings. The
How are
real
you?
life perspective. What's up? So happy to be here.
Thank you for
Man.
coming, man. Thank you for coming, both of y'all. How are y'all doing?
Doing great, doing great. Got Amber here. We do the live every Saturday, and always enjoy your show. And doing great, man. Doing great. Another night in the garage, and we are big fans, of course, of Back to the Future. So just had to come on, man. How you
I
guys
s-
doing?
I see that, man. We just got
Good,
done with
good.
a bunch of trivia, and now we're kind of we're talking about we're just talking about Michael J. Fox movies, and then we're going to switch over to like some of our favorite Christopher Lloyd, and then
Here,
then
I'll
we
be
got some
back.
show and tell and stuff. But I want to see y'all's drip, man. Let me see what you guys are dripping tonight. Let's
Oh,
check those
this
out.
is
Hang on.
Back to the Arcade. And we got our old school Broken Arcade shirt on.
I love
Yeah.
it. You guys look great, man. So cool. Yeah, we were just Paul is a guy from Canada, and he has a lot of awesome props from a lot of 90s movies, and yeah, he's got a lot of cool stuff. He came on for our 30-year anniversary for our Power Rangers movie, and he's got like costumes from the movie, and he's got like the Pink Ranger suit and everything for the movie, and all kinds of he's
Like real movie props, right?
real movie props from the
Oh,
movie.
sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as well as all kinds of stuff from like Hollow Man and Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, and all, dude, he's
cool
got
is
some
that?
great stuff, man. And he's been getting into a lot of cons lately, and so he's kind of popping in and out whenever he can. So through the show, but we were just talking about. He says that we talked about Teen Wolf, and he says that Teen Wolf and Teen Witch were kind of supposed to be connected somehow, and I looked at the cover art, and it looks like they're kind of, maybe the fonts are a little similar, And according to Google, it just says that they're both the storylines are teenagers that get supernatural powers to help their social standings in high school,
Interesting.
kind of thing. But
I mean,
you know,
I must admit, I'm not familiar with Teen Witch. I mean, I must have slept on that one. I don't know.
yeah, Teen Witch was right after. I don't even know what year it came out, but Teen Witch is '89, and
89,
then
okay.
I don't even know when Teen Wolf came out. But Teen Witch was it's just this classic, just awesome '80 about a girl. It had the lady from Poltergeist, the little lady from Poltergeist.
Oh yeah,
And-
Carol Ann, going
Yeah,
to the light.
exactly. Yeah, she's in it, and she kind of helps her along with her when she's getting her witch powers and that kind of stuff. And she's got a boy that she's got a crush on, and winds up trying to put spells on him and stuff like that. But then there's like just awesome '80s like battle stuff going on, like as far as just like there's a girl who likes a boy. This group of boys that are just chilling in the street, and there's a classic scene. Stop that. You know, if you get a chance, go check out Teen Witch. It's a treat, man. It's a treat.
I will check that out. Yeah.
I actually think I remember seeing that.
You did see that?
Yeah, I think I did actually. I was
It's
like,
good
where
stuff.
did this come from? Kind of like that.
Yeah.
It says Teen Wolf was 85. I just looked it up. I
Okay.
didn't know. It doesn't seem like it's 85 because Back to the Future came out in 85 too, didn't it?
It sure did. Yeah. But
Man,
wasn't
that's
he
a busy guy.
He was. Wasn't he burning the candle at both ends because he was
Yeah,
filming
the story's great, right?
He was filming Back to the Future at the same time filming what was the TV show he was on?
Family Ties. Family Ties.
Yeah, that's what I heard. He would wake up early in the morning to do Family Ties and then fly over at nighttime to go do Back to the Future or something like that, if I remember correctly.
And then in between, just pepper in some Teen Wolf there.
That's it. Yeah, that kid, man, he had a lot going on. Do you remember an old movie from the 80s when he was first starting out called Midnight Madness? Do you remember that movie?
Midnight Madness. No, let me see that. I might have known if I look it up. What was it about?
It had the main guy from American Werewolf in London, that actor, and it was about a bunch of group of peoples, and they did a giant scavenger hunt over some big city, and it was really great. They all wore different colors. Like there was one team that was all wore yellow shirts and red and blue and all that stuff. And there was like they went to all these different scavenger things to look for all these clues and stuff. And Michael J. Fox was just the young kid, kind of tag along, like I don't want to go with you guys, but he winds up being very helpful. I think he was like the younger brother of the main character from American Werewolf.
Right.
I remember watching it on Betamax as a kid, so I've got all these visual
Betamax, man.
Yeah, Betamax. We were talking about Betamaxes and VCRs on our podcast that me and my buddy Trumpet Master, we just dropped episode 2 today. We talked about Patrick Swayze, VCRs, and 80s Pizza Huts. Is what we talked about.
Got it. Nice.
But Betamax I watched so many movies because my parents would record HBO Saturday Night Movie Night. Back in the 80s.
Right.
I'll remember that. But yeah, that's a great movie. Too, it had a lot of good upcoming actors at the time in the 80s. Midnight Madness, go check it out if you get a chance. But I'm trying to think of some other ones. We talked about Doc Holliday. We talked about, people said The Hard Way, which I never saw, a movie called Greedy. One of my favorite ones as a kid in the 90s was Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey.
Oh yeah, that was a heartfelt one. Tug at your heartstrings.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it was just all voices too, it's just none of the fake, you didn't have the fake mouths moving of the animals or anything like that. Just
who was Michael J. Fox in that one? He was the
new guy. He was a young pup.
Yeah,
he was
got it.
a young pup.
Got it.
And then the dad, you remember the doctor from Harry and the Hendersons, the guy that they went and looked for, and he's in a lot of stuff, but that guy who they found, he said, "Oh, Dr. So-and-so, he doesn't really get out much." And then he came to light that he was the doctor for Harry and the Hendersons in Harry and Henderson. Anyways, that was the guy who did the voice of the old dog, Shadow. Shadow was his name.
Got it.
And then, what is her name? Sally Field actually did the voice of the Siamese cat in that movie. So.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
We should watch that. That's a really good movie. Haven't seen that in gosh, I
since
don't know
it
how
came
long.
out.
Yeah, right.
I think.
It still holds up. My wife is the president of our kids PTA, and
Oh,
we hosted a movie night, and we watched the movie, and it still holds up to this day.
It's a good wholesome movie. Yeah, for kids and for everybody. Yeah.
how's
Absolutely.
your kids? You got
I got kiddos. One's 11 and one is 8,
oh
so
cool. All
still
right.
pretty young. And I know y'all got kiddos, right?
Yep, 13-year-old.
Nice.
Yep.
Yep. So yeah, it
Cool
was.
to share these older movies with them. Yeah, I've been doing that.
I've got some friends that their kids are actually, I think they're about 13 and 14, and he's starting his own YouTube channel. And
Wow.
and but he's playing old school retro games because he said he wanted to showcase the retro stuff that we grew up with and share it with his generation and try to pass it on to another.
That's an interesting perspective. I'd actually like to see that on how
Yeah.
his perspective of playing these games, because when they came out, it was like there was nothing to compare it to. It was like brand new. You're playing a television set, and nowadays there's so many. I mean, you can fit all of that on so many small devices. You can fit every single console game, arcade game, and so that'd be pretty cool to check out.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. Yeah. Like you said, we always, you always play on your old school TV that I see when you're posting stuff, when you're just playing like the Atari and all that good stuff. And I have the same thing over here. I got an old school CRT TV right here where it's a VHS combo. And I'm always having trouble with the, what's the connector on the back that you can hook it up to?
The RCA or the one that has the metal,
coaxial.
like
the coaxial.
Coax, yeah.
Yeah, the coax. It's always, it'll play for like maybe 15, 20 minutes, and then the screen will go blue on me. And then so I don't know if that's a TV thing or a coaxial. So I bought some RCA cables, and that seems to be helping a little bit better. But for some reason, the coaxial will only let me line up when I play Duck Hunt and Gumshoe and all those great games that you use the zapper with.
Right.
It only works with the coax for some reason, as opposed to the RCA jacks. They don't, for whatever reason, it doesn't line up. Whatever. I don't know what that is, but there's nothing better than just playing on these old school devices like that. In that you get that. It's the same thing with like opening wax packs, which we'll do here in a minute too when we do our show and tell stuff here. All that good stuff. But yeah, man. Anyways, we're talking about. I'm digressing here. We're talking about Michael J. Fox movies. Can y'all think of any other ones? We got Teen Wolf and all the other classics. Any other good ones that pop in your head?
You already mentioned it, where he was. It was a Big Business, or the one where he comes from the small town, then comes to New York City, and it's like the boss's wife, like really.
Secret of My Success.
Secret of My Success. Yeah, we watched that recently, actually. Yeah, that was funny. Secret of My Success. God,
that's one I need to put on my list. I never saw that one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a funny one.
Yep. We talked about what else did we talk about? Life with Mikey was a good one. Stuart Little, he was Stuart Little, and then he did obviously Spin City. Oh, the Frighteners. We talked about the Frighteners. Did you guys ever see the Frighteners?
I don't know that one.
Oh, dude, it was like one of his last movies before his situation started getting worse.
Yeah.
It's a dark movie, but it's got an all-star cast in it. He can see kind of ghosts, and so he's kind of like this scam artist guy. He like has his ghost friends go haunt people, and he can exorcise them for a charge. You know what I mean?
Wow.
But in a smaller, and it's actually a Peter Jackson movie.
Interesting.
It
says 96. Does that sound right? 1996.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
1996. The Frighteners. Yeah, if you've never seen it, like I said, it's pretty dark, but it's a good watch, because it's, like I said, Peter Jackson just has, Lord of the Rings. Can't go wrong with Lord of the Rings.
It's hard for me to imagine Michael J. Fox in a darker movie, right? It's like growing up, he was always like a positive light in movies, or a better influence in something. So it'll be interesting to see that.
Yeah, he definitely
consider that one more of a horror comedy, don't they?
It's got some horror comedy bits to it. Yeah, I would say. Yeah, well, because it's pretty dark comedy, because the stuff in it it's got this really weird character. The guy who played in Reanimator, that original actor, he's in it. He's just like this really weird character that does these really quirky things that come off kind of funny. But then you also have the ghosts that do their banter at the beginning, where kind of have their comedic relief kind of stuff too.
So it's not like a horror film, it's just, but it has a darker tone to it.
Yeah, once you get into it, you start
Yeah.
seeing that, because there's a whole backstory of like a mental institution where these darker ghosts were doing some really bad things to people, and but the casting is phenomenal. But yeah, if you've never seen that Michael J. Fox movie, go check out The Frighteners. I've actually got some card packs that I still need to unbox and do some ripping on those things.
Nice.
But let's move on to Christopher Lloyd, man. Christopher Lloyd, golly, what is? Go ahead.
My first experience with that guy was Taxi.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that was like he was just kind of the goofy guy on that show, right?
Yeah, I remember seeing a few clips from that. That's a little before my time, but I remember seeing some clips, and I think it was one where he was taking a test or something, and he was sitting at a desk, and they were asking him something, and he was trying to repeat it back to them, or I forget what it was. But yeah, is that the kind of character he played? Kind of just a goofball?
No, there was he played. I think he was a driver. I mean, I don't remember it that well because it was like my grandparents were watching it. It's not like it was kind of boring at the time, but I remember it was like a familiar nostalgia to it, and I'm like, oh, I remember that guy. And then when I saw him Back to the Future, it kind of started connecting the dots. And then I went back, of course, later years and was checking it out. But yeah, he's really young. It was interesting.
Yeah. And then to see him with gray hair,
right,
made a difference. In that was my first experience, was obviously Back to the Future with him. Man, but boy, he has been in some stuff, man. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah.
He was in that.
That's a great movie. Yeah,
Addams Family. He was Uncle Fester.
Yeah. He's a good Uncle Fester in that one.
Yes,
yeah,
I just saw that. We saw that.
Yeah, we just saw that recently.
That's a good one. Yeah, he's great in that too. So my favorite, man, as a young teenager, what kid didn't want to go to camp without their parents and just rule? There's a Camp Nowhere. Camp Nowhere was a phenomenal movie. You guys remember that one?
I don't know where I was, man. I'm losing it. Camp Nowhere.
Camp Nowhere was a 90s movie. 90s movie where he worked in a mall. He was selling cheese, and he was an actor. He was like a theatrical actor. He was very charismatic. And this kid said, "You know what? Can I hire you to come try to sell our parents to pay for a camp that we just want to run free on, and just do our own thing?" And so he winds up playing all these different characters to get all these kids. There's like the little girl who her parents want her to go to fat camp, and all that kind of stuff. And he's like, there are no fat people at our, he's so good, man. It's such a good movie. So get a chance, check out Camp Nowhere. You remember that one, Paul?
Yeah, of course I remember that one. It actually kind of reminded me of the same storyline. Do you remember the movie Accepted with Jonathan Long?
Oh, I do remember it. Ask me about my wiener.
Yeah, so same kind of idea, because that was a fake college, right? And then they hired his uncle to be the fake principal or whatever.
Is that what the principal said? So, well, there you go. Now we know where they got the inspiration for it. Yeah. But okay, here's a great one. Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Oh, I love that one.
Oh, yeah. Greatest villain of all time, was he not?
I loved it.
Yeah, that was pretty good. In fact, I think the rights to that, not to go down a rabbit hole on it and divert, but I think the rights to the
nice one.
I think the rights reverted back to the original creator of that, and he won through Disney. So I think there's going to be another version coming out. But yeah, that was a great movie.
Yeah, that's a really great movie. One of the first of its kind. So good. Oh, he was in Clue. I remember Clue. I remember watching Clue growing up.
Yeah.
What else was there? Man, there's so many. But yeah, Christopher, what is he best known for? Best One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Taxi, Framed Roger Rabbit. Other notable work. Man, he's got so much stuff on here, but it's a lot of stuff I've never really seen growing up. Anything else come to mind for you guys?
Well, I just recently saw him in something new, like a newer movie or show, and I cannot for the life of me remember. So we'll have to Google it. But I was like, oh my God, this guy's still going.
He
He's had a
recently
pretty
Well,
rich
he was
career.
in,
Yeah.
he was in Wednesday just recently, wasn't he?
The
In
They
what?
what?
they in the Wednesday show, the
Maybe it's
new
Wednesday. Is that
Wednesday
what?
That's
season 2.
it. Yes,
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
it is
yeah.
Wednesday.
But it was just his head. It was just his head, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
His head, yeah, his head was like in a glass jar.
Yes.
Yeah, it was kind
Okay,
of
now
weird.
that's what I
Yeah.
remembered. Thank you.
Okay,
Cool.
nice.
No
Uh,
problem.
he did a newer movie a couple years back, the Spirit Halloween movie. He was in that. He was the evil guy who
Yeah.
like he anyway, he passes away at the very beginning, and his ghost takes over all the animatronics in the store that these kids are. It's a great Spirit Halloween commercial movie. If you,
Nice.
it's good for the whole family. It's a good Halloween movie. So that's one of the
Well,
most
one
recent.
movie, the Disney movie, Good Ghouls Gone Bad or something like that. You remember that
Ghouls
one?
Gone Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he
No.
was in that one.
Oh, duh. And we also got Angels in the Outfield. Come on. Come
Oh,
on. Can't
yeah.
forget Angels in
Yeah.
the Outfield.
Angels in the outfield. Oh boy.
Another great movie.
Yeah.
But I never saw that one though. That you're talking about ghouls. What'd you say? Good ghouls gone bad.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the name of it. It was a Disney movie back in the day on the Disney show.
Okay. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, there's some good stuff out there, man.
Yeah, Good Ghouls.
Okay.
2001.
Yeah.
Is that when it was?
Yeah,
Nice.
2001.
All right. I'm gonna let's do some show and tell. I don't know if you guys have. Well, hold on. I haven't even got. I got so excited when you guys came on. I forgot about the whole chat over here. Okay, Matt, thanks for coming in, dude. Appreciate you stopping by, my friend. Let me catch up real quick here. That was a standard 80s teen movie font. Okay, I guess he's talking back to the maybe Teen Wolf, Teen Witch thing.
Yeah.
Robin Lively, Blake's older half sister. What were we talking about there? Robin Lively. Oh, Blake Lively's. Oh, okay. I think that's the Teen Wolf girl. I think that's the actress. Interstate 60. I don't know. Is that another? You might know what that is. No.
That's the movie with Amy Jo Johnson in that.
Okay. Just looked up some of his movies, and Casualties of War was a good war movie with MJ. Oh, dude, talk about some depth. Yeah, that was a serious movie. I remember watching that movie. Like, I was kind of traumatized at that. Man, that was Michael J. Fox played in the actual war movie. Did you guys ever see that one?
I remember him being in that. But
Yeah, I remember being way too young to be watching those kind of scenes in that movie. I was pretty traumatized in that one. Jim from Taxi, Lloyd, was the voice of Burnouts worldwide. There you go. We got Truly Outrageous 80s up in the house. Hey, what's going on? Hope you're doing well.
Hey, Cindy.
Yeah, Cindy, come on if you still got the link. We'd love to have you pop on there. We got about 30 more minutes here, but very cool. Okay, now we're caught up. Let's do some show and tell real quick. Back to the Future stuff, guys. Let's see if we can pull up here. All right. So the first thing I guess I will show, and if you guys have stuff, please let me know because I want to see what you guys got 80s wise. Anything 80s, whatever. It doesn't have to be Back to the Future. Don't feel obligated to do Back to the Future, but I've got more stuff than I realized over here. We're going to start with a Back to the Future Transformer, guys.
Whoa.
So,
What?
yes, this one is called Gigawatt.
Back to the Future Transformer.
Yes.
No, I've never heard of that before. That's
Yeah,
cool.
right.
This guy is called Gigawatt.
Mm-hmm.
And he's actually I did a video on it, and he's an actual DeLorean that turns into a robot. I don't know if I want to spend 20 minutes here trying to figure out how he turns. I was so bad at those things, but here's what he looks like fully assembled, kind of like that. So he's really cool. He's got like the little spear that goes on the back. The antenna turns into one of his weapons and that kind of thing. But that's what he looks like fully assembled. And I did keep the instructions because if I don't, I will never be able to put. I was always bad at Transformers, building Transformers. Anybody else?
Yeah, I only had a couple. When I was a kid, I always wanted Optimus Prime and all the the popular ones, Bumblebee and Starscream, or Megatron,
Yep.
but I got one for my birthday. It was like some kind of bug one that I never saw before. It wasn't too hard to assemble, but
Nice.
I never saw a Back to the Future one though. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's a really cool toy there. Good memorabilia. And then we're gonna go with Blast from the Past. The store from Back to the Future Part 2. What do you guys think is in this bag? Any guesses?
Back to the Future Part 2?
A copy of the almanac.
Let's see. Let's see what's in here. It is the Sports Almanac, 1950 to 2000.
Wow.
There you go. The one that Biff used to go back in time and
Mint condition.
win everything, went over Lorraine and everything, change the future. But yeah, it's just a notebook. That's all it's on the inside. Nothing. I thought it was gonna like at least have a copy of Ooh La La in there, but that didn't work out, Cindy says, how's everybody doing? We're all doing well. Let's see. Super cool. I watched some of the cartoon, but never got into the toys. Yeah, Transformers. Yeah, we watched more than I think we only had like one or two of the Transformers, and I still have it. He's some kind of like, he's a jet, and he turns into like an ape, some kind of ape gorilla thing. I don't even know his name, but he's loose. He's just loose, and I don't even know.
You know what? That would have been a cool concept, though. A Back to the Future cartoon.
They did do one, didn't they?
I feel like there was a Back to the Future, or I don't know if it ran very long. Let's look at that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was.
Because I know, like, the Bill and Ted had one, so I could see them doing kind of the same thing. How Bill and Ted went through different time periods and that.
You mean these guys?
Yeah. Wild Stallion.
Yeah, 91 to 92. It says.
Oh, really?
And it came out. Yeah.
I gotta watch that. I've never seen that.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, nice.
I like Bill and Ted.
I gotta get the guitars for them, but they're like, people are crazy. They want like $50 just for the two little single guitars.
Are you sure? Because I got the complete set downstairs.
Like, of course you do. Of course you've got the complete set. What don't you have, Paul?
I don't know. The phone booth is my pride out of that one though. Just trying to get a phone because I got the phone booth unopened in the original box. So
do you? Nice, man. And then moving on to some, let's talk about some shoes, guys. You guys into shoes?
I have a lot of Bull Air shoes, but yeah.
There you go. I got these sweet Crocs. These Back to the Future Crocs that just came out. Nice. They got these little giblets on there. It's got the DeLorean, the almanac, and the hoverboard. And on the back, it says Back to the Future. And it even has a little flux capacitor on the back there. And if you tap it, flashes a little bit.
Oh, that's cool. I've never seen that before.
Where'd you get those at?
From Crocs. Straight from Crocs. The website. Yeah, they're Crocs.
Cool.
Are you a Crocs guy?
I'm not a Crocs guy.
Have you ever
future Croc? I could be.
Have you ever tried wearing them?
I have not. No.
Oh, dude, you're missing out. I got a buddy who hates them. He's a hey dude kind of guy. He wears those kind of shoes. But dude, I swear, I love these. Wearing around the house. I mean, if I'll even wear them out in public. I don't care. Even though my wife my wife stays like 50 feet away from me when I wear this stuff. But what are you gonna do? But I love it. Because look at this, man. I mean, this design. You got the flames, and then on the back of this one, you got 88 miles per hour, and the time circuits.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And those light up as well.
Oh, that's cool.
Sweet.
So, do you have to like recharge them, or is it battery, or?
Nah. No, I'm sure it'll just go out eventually. And then it's like a clock, like a watch, and this one's got the clock from the clock tower on there, and then the newspaper that says, I'm trying to get the right angle here. Everything's inverted. Save the clock tower, newspaper. What is that? Best. Wait, what's with the life preserver? And then the out of time license plate there. But yeah, those are my Crocs. And then speaking of Bull Airs, I had to get me a pair of the
Oh yeah.
the Bull Mags. You got you a pair, dude?
Yeah, I have a pair of the new ones that are on the way.
Oh,
They'll
okay,
be here
cool.
in a couple months or in a
Yeah.
month. I'm not really sure how long it's going to take, but
Nice. Yeah, good old Bull Airs, man. BullAirs.com if you want to get the sweetest pop culture shoes ever made, man. They got the sweetest gear ever, dude. I
They do.
couldn't afford the light up shoes, you know,
yes.
but that would have been really cool to have those because they have a version of these, Paul, where this
Mhm.
little thing lights up, kind of like a flux capacitor kind of thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
But yeah,
it's
these
super
are
cool, right?
Yeah.
No, those are actually pretty nice though.
Yeah, they're clean,
Like,
man.
yeah.
They're clean, dude. I've only worn them once. I've got a couple more pairs of theirs, but and then finally, what we've got, I went out. I don't know why I spent $50 on this thing. It is find the switches on here. This is the 40th anniversary AMC Theaters Back to the Future popcorn bucket.
Wow.
Oh, where does the popcorn go?
Oh, you want to know where the popcorn goes? Well, for one, just so you know, the wheels do move, so you can't roll it. And it's got these sweet LED lights all over in the front and back. And then check it out. So let's see where the popcorn goes. Let's lift up these doors here and try not to break it. There we go. So doors come out the wings, just like in the. Well, that's a sweet shot right there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And then the
What
popcorn,
year was that?
It just came out this year. Well, I think they did it like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, maybe, and then they brought them back. And I missed out on the first round, but yeah, the popcorn goes right in there. Let's see if I can get the right angle there. There.
Yeah.
So it doesn't hold a lot of popcorn, but I'm sorry, I'm not putting popcorn in this thing, but
No, but you know what? That's still pretty cool. Like, that's way better than the popcorn buckets I had as a kid, you know?
oh yeah, it's definitely a collector's item, but
Yeah.
I love this thing. I couldn't pass it up. I love Back to the Future so much. But yeah, it's got those really sweet LEDs that you can replace batteries on them if you need to. But yeah, that's the 40th anniversary from AMC Theaters. I'm sure you can still get them because when I showed up at my local one, they said, "Oh yeah, we've got like 50 of them left. Nobody's buying them because nobody wants to spend $50 on it."
Wow.
But yeah, and then the last thing I got, guys, is just a pack of wax cards. Do you guys have anything to show?
I mean, I got a poster up here, but nothing that anyone hasn't seen before. So you got way more cool Back to the Future paraphernalia going on.
I actually did a full episode on it with my real life adventures. I got a buddy who actually owns a DeLorean. If you go to my playlist on my YouTube and you go to season 2 of Real Life Adventures, and it's we drive it around. We drive it around the town. It's pretty funny, and then we take you through some of the facts and the history of John DeLorean and all that kind of fun stuff.
That's awesome.
And for that episode, I bought a little remote control Back to the Future DeLorean. So it's fun. I use it in this. I don't know where it's at. I was going to show that to you too, but it's the same thing as that thing, but smaller and obviously just a remote. Cindy says early 90s. Let's see. Dope. I have a Bull Airs gym jacket. Nice. And that's a cool thing about Bull Airs too. For the longest time, they were doing just a lot of just like boy shows for the most part. I think it was nice to see them get into a little bit of the female market there for a while, because I remember when I first discovered them about like maybe 2 years ago, it was all mostly just boy stuff, so it was nice to see them get into that market. I love Bull Airs. You like Bull Airs too, Till. I know you work with them quite a bit.
I promote their stuff all the time. I mean, stuff's awesome. They just came out with a Mortal Kombat signature series that dropped today, so they're definitely a favorite of mine. And they have such a giant product line. You go to their site, there's something for everybody. Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's nuts. Go ahead.
As much as I'm definitely enjoying this, what a great show, but I've run out of time here. But I want to thank you so much for having me on and getting to participate. I love what you do and love Back to the Future, and I just want to thank you so much for the time here.
Yeah, no problem, man. I appreciate you guys popping by. It's nice to meet Amber coming on for the first time.
Yeah.
It was great. We forgot to give her the salute like we do everybody who comes on for the first time. And this is not to be rude in any way. This is just something silly that we do. It's an old 80s thing. It's an old 80s movie. Here you go.
Shut your hole!
It's just a silly thing. We do.
Oh man.
All the newcomers. It's a movie it had Rowdy Piper. Hell, what is it? Hell Comes to Frogtown or something like that. My buddy told me about it. We always use that for silly stuff. But dude, thank you so much for coming on.
Nice. Yes, thank you. I will catch you next time, gents. Thank you so much.
You bet, man. Have a great show tomorrow night, dude.
All right, buddy. I appreciate that. You take care.
Later, man.
Bye.
All right, man. We got about one more thing here. I was just gonna rip some card packs for you guys, and let's see. Are you ready?
Yep.
I say some, more like one. I just brought it Back to the Future. I should have grabbed the Frighteners pack. Hey, if you guys are still hanging out with us, make sure you smash that thumbs up button for us and hit that like button. Thank you, Teal, for coming by and saying hi. And Amber, it was awesome to meet you guys. And let's switch over to our second Shazam. All right. Let's see what we pull out of this 87? Let me see. I think it's 1989. Back to the Future 2 card pack. Are you ready? What's up, Reese? Good to see you, buddy.
What up, man?
Better late than never. Yep, we're doing a pack rip of Back to the Future 2 in honor of the 40 year. What's up, Keith? Vintage Sports Flips. What's going on, dude? We're at we just got done with the show and tell. We had a couple of guests on. We got our good friend Paul hanging out with us, and now we're doing a pack of these awesome Back to the Future cards. Let's check them out. All right, this is pretty cool. You got good news. I love that. Pretty neat. The newspaper's there. Oh, classic. There he is from part 2. Go, Marty, go. Marty looks like you. Dude, I don't know what did they do to make him look so much younger? They give him contacts. I think they gave him contacts to make him like with brown eyes maybe instead of blue. I can't remember because he did look younger whenever he played his kid. Here goes Biff. When time trippers collide. And we got Saved by the Dock again. There we go. He was saved by the dock. Oh, there's a cool sticker. Check that out. Nice, man. 1989. That's just a good promo shot, man. That's not even like from the movie or nothing. He's just chilling on the DeLorean. I like that. That's definitely the keeper of the lot. And we got Biff is Scorned. Got another before and after. More good news. Cool. Like I think it's the cover of the box. There, 88 cards, 11 stickers. And then finally, Mr. Strickland. Mr. Strickland takes aim. Love it, man. That's so cool. Very cool. Very cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, those are fun. I think my favorite, though, is this cool just stock photo of sticker of Marty just chilling on the DeLorean. Do you have a favorite of those? Let's see. Hey, Paul. Hey, Reese is saying what's up. And says his favorite. Let me switch my camera back over. Says my favorite is part 2 a bit more than the original. I love all the full circle moments, I guess, and you get a little bit of the past and the future. That's a good point. They do take you back, don't they, to the original movie too? Which is, I mean, it doesn't get better than that. I think that kind of what makes it like one of the most ultimate sequels of all time, you know. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, these are cool cards. They're fun. I got a whole bunch of them for sale if you're interested, man. I try to sell. They sell okay at the card shows that I perform at, that I sell at, whatever. But
let's see if I can find some 80s inside for you guys. I must have something from the 80s. Yeah.
Yeah, we only got only about 10 minutes left. If you got something, man, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I should have something. I
Let's
should.
see. Let's see what Mr. Paul, Mr. Northern Prop Collector, has in store for us for his 80s collection, guys.
I'll find something.
I know you. Let's see. I wonder if they sell better as pack versus single. Well, from the
what?
experience I've had so far, people just want to keep it sealed. You know, the wax pack, because it's a wax pack. You know, they prefer that as opposed to, oh, you know what? Just for you guys, because you're here. Let me look at this real quick. Make sure it's safe to eat. Yep.
Do you know
Okay,
what that's from?
Here's the, hang on one second. Here's the gum from 1989 from that card pack, guys. We're gonna eat it just for you guys right now.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
I would not do that.
Happy 40th anniversary. Delicious. 1989.
Okay, let's see if you can guess what this is from.
All right, let's see what you got here. Let's pull you up. Hang on. Yeah, man, I wish you were closer too. You can come to the card shows. Make like a tree and get out of here. It's coming through. The feed's going through a little blurry. I'm trying to. It's kind of hard to see it for me.
Let me see if I can fix that.
From the 80s. I see Chucky up top. He's coming back. He's coming back. He's resetting. Oh, not the gum. Yes, we did the gum. We did the gum. Where are you at?
From the Blob.
There you go. Oh, okay, okay. So what? There's the blob. There it is. It's a little bit clearer now. So what is
this
that?
is one of the miniature puppets they used in the movie. So
okay.
one of the victims, one of the Blob victims.
Nice.
Yeah. But then for toys, I think I was some 80s stuff. I'm pretty sure. You remember
Yeah,
Teddy Ruxpin?
Oh, I love Teddy. I've got one. It doesn't work. I got both of them, but they're not in boxes like that though. That's cool, dude. You still got the boxes. Love
Gremlin?
Teddy Ruxpin. Gremlins. Hold on. Tilt down. There you go. Not too. You know, you can switch your camera. You can switch your, camera.
Yeah. Oh.
Try to work. I know we never practiced that offline or anything, but go ahead. Who cares? That way you can see what you're filming.
No.
You'll get it. There we go. How about that? Oh, that's awesome. So those were just the original ones that they came out with in the 80s, I guess.
Yeah, and then I had Corey Feldman and Zach Gallahan, I think his last name is. Signed them. So,
Oh, wow. That's impressive, dude. That's awesome. Those are two big hitters, especially Corey Feldman.
I got these.
Wait, what was that? Hold on, go back. What was that?
So this is you remember Furby, right?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
came out the Gremlin version.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, I see him.
And then some more of the Gremlin figures from the 80s, and then the NECA Hanson Gizmo.
That Furby version kind of looks like, you remember part 2, the really goofy one who had the spinning eyeballs and stuff. He kind of looks like him.
I forget his name too.
Yeah.
You remember My Pet Monster?
I do. I love My Pet Monster. I'm obsessed with My Pet Monster.
E.T.
E.T. Very nice. So what are those? Just toys from there?
Yeah, from the 80s. That one back there at the last convention I did at D. Wallace, the boy that actually played E.T., and the two sons, like the main kids, sign it. So there's 4 signatures on that one as well.
Very nice.
And then
Alf. Hey, check this out. Speaking of Alf, look at this. What did I do with it? Did I put some? Put it somewhere. Well, I guess I put it away somewhere, but I've got an old school 80s Alf costume from the 80s. And then I picked this one up too from my buddy. This is an official Ben Cooper costume from the 80s.
Oh, that's
Those old school ones. I got it from my buddy Vintage Sports Flips.
awesome.
Yeah. Keep going. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, that's fine. The phone
Oh, there
moved
they
up.
are. Man, you got
Uh,
them sealed and everything. Yep. There's the Karate Kid you were telling me about.
I know we got some. Oh,
Robert signed that? Dude, that's sick.
yeah. So the Talking Freddy that came out, I think 87 or 89 or something like that.
Nice, dude.
The,
Hey, Willie.
there's a bunch of toys in this, right?
I love that, dude.
And then we're gonna go full on 80s for props. Do you remember this guy?
Uh-huh. You stole Deacon's Easter basket.
Yeah. I got him.
He scared my brother. My brother's like, that thing's too creepy. I'm like, he doesn't scare me. Like, he's cute.
I know.
Yeah, it's adorable. Oh, Alien. Is it from part 3? Is that the bull alien? Because there was just one, right?
From Resurrection.
Oh, Resurrection.
Yeah.
That was a fun one.
Yeah.
Turbo Man getting ready for Christmas.
Yeah.
You got Booster? Shut up, Booster. Nobody likes you. Oh, that's great. Santa Claus. What do you got from the Santa Claus?
The card.
If something should happen to me, put on my suit. Oh, there it is. That's awesome. I love it. Yeah. Very cool. Is that screen used or what?
From part 2, yeah.
Nice.
Where Escape from LA.
Oh. Yeah. What was that scene from? I don't remember.
It's when they're in the building and they had the guy's head on a plate. That's the head they had.
Oh, okay. I gotta go back and look.
Last Witch Hunter, Robot Chicken, stuff like that. Oh, Rob Williams movie, What Dreams May Come.
Yeah, that was a controversial movie, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, was that the newer one?
Yeah, from the TV show, but I don't really have too much 80s, right? Except for like these two.
No, you got some 80s stuff, dude. That's great. You got the Gremlins, you got the Bill and Ted's, you got all kinds of Teddy Ruxpin, My Pet Monster. You got plenty. You got plenty, man. You're great.
Oh, this is 80s House. 87.
Oh yeah, House 2, right?
Yeah, House 2. Yeah.
That was about, you know what? I liked House 2. I remember watching House 2 more than I did the first one.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah, well, this is from part 2, right? This is the Aztec Warrior or whatever it was.
It's been a long time since I've seen that one. I'm trying to remember him.
So the guy that made the spiders for Arachnophobia, Chris Wallace, he did the puppets for Gremlins 1, and then he also made this mask for House 2.
Sweet, man. Yeah, the House 2 was like more kind of like friendlier, right? It wasn't as grown as an adult as part 1.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I remember that's why I think I remember enjoying it more, because the first one was like a bunch of stuff I didn't really get.
I remember even the grandfather, right? Like the zombie guy was kind of comedic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. Cool, dude. Thanks for sharing that, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, guys. Well, as we hit 88 miles per hour and bring our 40th anniversary celebration of Back to the Future to a close, it's just incredible to reflect on how much this film has shaped pop culture. It gave us iconic characters, unforgettable moments, and a timeless story about destiny, choices, and the power of friendship. We want to thank you all for joining us tonight and sharing your love for this incredible cinematic journey. But don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for more nostalgic dives and pop culture discussions, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on the adventure. Paul, tell everybody where they can find you and what you got coming up, man.
Follow me on Instagram at Northern Prop Collector. And basically coming up, I'm doing a couple of conventions hopefully soon with more props coming in all the time. So I'm adding new ones every week.
Awesome, man. Appreciate that. And everybody in the comment, thanks you guys for hanging out with us tonight and participating with us in the chat. And let us know in the comments, everybody, if you're watching the replay on this, what other anniversaries or classic films you'd love for us to travel back in time to discuss in the future. But yeah, December 5th, mark your calendars, everybody. We are going to be doing a Toy Story 30-year anniversary. Would love, I know Reese is on board for that. We got some other people that want to come on for that too. And of course, Paul, you're also always welcome to come on with us. So mark your calendars for that, everybody. And again, thanks everybody for watching. And what was I going to say? What was the last thing I was going to tell you guys? What's coming up for me? We dropped the Saved by the Brew podcast episode 2 this morning. So make sure you go check that out. You don't want to miss it. We talked about Patrick Swayze, VCRs, and 80s Pizza Huts. It's a good one, guys. It's a good one. But thanks for watching, everybody. And as the doc would say, the future is whatever you make it. So make it a good one. And remember, guys, when she asks you, what do you bring to the table? You tell her.
Deek.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.